Hello everyone, Ironhound Studios here, and welcome to another live stream. This is my second live stream on this channel, and I know it's a little delayed, but I feel like I really want to get my thoughts out there on the new toys released by Hasbro for the new New York Toy Fair. And what I can say is it's a mixed bag, really. Um, a lot of opinions on toys changed for me, I think. Some good, some bad. But overall, I have to say I am fairly happy with what I saw at Toy Fair this year. And hello, Roblox Recorder. So first off, I'm going to talk about Cyberverse. Cyberverse looks really bad. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say I'm a fan of any of the toys. I'm sure they'll be awesome for kids, but there's only one toy I think I'm going to get, and I think I am very... I'm not alone on this. I think the only toy I'll be getting is the Shockwave, simply because the only other Shockwave I have is a Dark the Moon Shockwave. That's missing an arm, so I think it's about time that I get another Shockwave, and this looks like a nice, unique version to pick up, so why not? Probably cheap as well, so that's cool. So not much to say about Cyberverse. It's for kids. Moving on to Power of the Primes, and Shockwave got wrecked. Oh, nice. Okay. Moving on to Power of the Primes, a line I was formerly extremely excited for. My opinions have changed after this Toy Fair. I was originally going to be getting Predaking, but I've decided not to, simply because I feel like when I get a combiner, I'm very unique about this. I don't actually display it in the combined mode. For instance, let me get here. Here's Blades from Defensor from Combiner Wars. I like to have my Combiner Wars teams. I only have one, which is the Defensor team. I like to have it displayed as just the robots because I feel like they are nice as robots, and I can do more with them than when they're a combiner. So I do like them displayed as their teams more. And I just think Predaking's a bit lackluster. A bit, I don't know, I don't like Predaking too much. Roblox Recorder asks, who is your favorite combiner? My favorite combiners, because my favorite Autobot combiner has to be Defensor. And I've not seen G1, okay? I've not seen G1, so it's mainly off looks and nostalgia for me. And my very first ever big kind of combiner was Defensor, so that's why I like him so much. And Superion I think is cool. He was my first combiner because I had Revenge of the Fallen Superion thing. It was one of the Power Core combiners, and I loved him for so long. But I don't know. There's just, I like the variety of Defensor, and I like how it's all police and fire engines and ambulance, and we got this rescue helicopter, and I've got a SWAT vehicle as Rook, which is awesome. I've got the little Groove Legends class, which is what I like Groove as, because once again I have no nostalgia for G1 Defense, or I just like the Combiner Wars one, which is Rook. Rook is SWAT, and that's awesome. But anyway, getting sidetracked here. I like Superior as my favorite Autobot combiner. Devastator is my favorite Con combiner. My favorite Con combiner was Bruticus, but I actually like Abominus. In the last year, I've started liking Abominus because I got this Infernicon set from the last night, and I've become very familiar with a lot of the limbs and recognize them as the Abominus ones in black. And I just genuinely like the designs of them all. I don't know, and that is why Abominus is one of the only Power of the Primes things I will be picking up fully. Like, one of the only combiners I will be finishing, and that will be Abominus for certain. And that will be my first Decepticon Combiner Wars combiner, because I do have, I have 4 torsos from Combiner Wars. I have Hotspot, I have Bruticus, not Bruticus, I have Onslaught, which is for Bruticus, but I never got any of the limbs. I got Cyclonus, which I never got any limbs, but then again, it's Cyclonus. And I got Scattershot, which I didn't get any limbs for. So the only ones I have limbs for is Hotspot, but here's Onslaught here, actually. I do like Bruticus, but I prefer just the beast kind of modes. There's just something very unique about them. So yeah, moving on to Abominus. My opinion changed when I first saw it. I really didn't want to buy this Abominus set, but upon a second viewing and some, you know, thinking about it, I have decided that I'm going to buy Abominus now. And I do really like the mold for him. I think Hunger, his robot mode's very nice, and him as a torso is awesome. But I feel like his beast mode's a bit lackluster. He is my least favorite of the Terracons. I don't know, I don't like Hunger that much. I think he has one of the best robot modes, but the beast mode is horrendous. Who'd win, Bruticus or Devastator? Probably, I feel Devastator would win. Yeah. Okay, so next, actually, I believe Bruticus did win in their fight, but still, I think Devastator should win. So, moving on to Ripper Snapper, I love his beast mode, and I think his robot mode's good as well, and he works well as an arm. So, I think overall Ripper Snapper's very good, and Hunger and Ripper Snapper are the only two that are available to buy right now. Moving on to Cutthroat, who's my favourite member of the Terracons. I think he's an alright figure. I think his beast mode's okay, and I think his robot mode is also okay, and he works well as an arm. So I have to say that Cutthroat, although he's my favourite member, he's not my favourite of the molds, but still a good figure. I would recommend picking up from what I've seen so far. Up next is Blot. Blot, I think, has a very nice robot mode and a very nice beast mode as well. I think he's definitely one of the stronger ones in this set. So yeah. And last but not least, Sinner Twin, who is my least favorite member of the Terracons, and I think his beast mode is terrible. It would seem they've not really done a good job with the dragon kind of creatures, so Sinner Twin and Hunger have been very bad in beast mode. And Sinner Twin's robot mode is very simplistic, and I think Sinner Twin is definitely the worst out of them all. And he does work as a leg though, so I'll give him that. He works for Abominus, but then again, I still like him, so I would still recommend getting all these figures. The weird thing about Terracons is in TFPang Wiki for Predacons, it counts the Terracons as Predacons. Yeah, and then Terracons in Transformers Prime were like zombies as well, so that's a bit strange. Moving on. There was a female Autobot Combiner shown at Toy Fair this year, and Elita 1 is the torso based on the Starscream Power the Prime mold. And I actually really like Elita 1, and I was never planning on buying anything like that, but I think this is a very good mold. And two of her limbs have been revealed. One is Moonracer, who looks very nice as well in a nice cup kind of color. And I think I may complete this female combiner, to be honest. So yeah. And there was also Firestar, who's just as a red repaint of Moonracer, who I think, you know, is also good. So I think overall, Elita Infinite, I believe they're calling this combiner, is very, very good. From what I've seen, I think it looks a lot better than the Starscream torso mold, so yeah. After that, I also saw Darkwing, who, if you don't know, is the partner in crime of Dreadwind. So yeah. They combine together to make Dreadwing.